food beside them, they sleep beside it, they eat, and then the next day you see the whole plate in their room. I don't have to force them to do that, but there are other things that are important to their life that I force them to do every day. So for most of you, this is the time for you to start studying. This is the time for you to start asking yourself, how much of my time do I need to put into studies? How much of my time do I need to, give away to help my parents, so that they can be happy with me when, we are all living together during this holiday. So those habits actually, they develop inside of you, they become part of you, and wherever you go, you carry them with you. A lot of people fail in school not because they are not brilliant. I belong to the school of thought that God has made everybody in his image to do something substantial on the surface of this earth. And everything that we're doing every day is like we're just finding that assignment, that purpose that God has given to us. And immediately you discover that purpose and you run, in the direction of that purpose, then you continue to prosper in life. So I'm looking forward to a group of young people who want to be medical doctors, who want to be lawyers, who want to be engineers. But how much of your time are you putting into your study right now so that you are able to make it maybe to Ivy League University, or some other areas where you can be guaranteed that this is going to work like you plan? So now is the time. You don't need to wait for too long. Do you know that David killed Goliath at the age of 17? David was a teenager when he fought against Goliath. Do you know? I'm sure Pastor Tayo must have taught you that. So all the elderly people in the land of Judah, in the city of Judah, they were afraid of Goliath. And Goliath kept cursing their God even on their land, but nobody could fight against Goliath. But David came, 17-year-old boy. He came and he defeated Goliath. Do you know one thing? David did not start practicing how to fight on that day. David had been fighting. David had been in the wilderness. David has been tendering sheep, protecting the sheep against all wild animals. And with that, God had started building him up. And you could know, you may have noticed this, or maybe you've heard this, or your teacher might have taught you this, that David killed Goliath with a stone and a sling. Now, when David put the stone on the sling, he shot it just once. And the Bible says that it hit Goliath on the forehead. In engineering or mathematics, we call that precision. And you don't get it in one day. You don't learn to be a sharpshooter in one day. So that means David has been learning this all through his life. So if David killed Goliath at the age of 17, that gives me an idea that probably David has started doing this at the age of 10 or whatever. So David defeated Goliath because he is committed to a lifelong practice. Now, it is good to watch Netflix. It is good to watch movies. But I ask you a question. How many hours do you commit to this in a day? And how many hours in a day do you commit to your studies? I'm going to share a story with you. When I was a teenager, my father tried so much to get me committed to my studies. And do you know the reason why I don't spend so much time studying? Because when I go back to my school, I will still be the first. I will, in Canada, they don't give you first, second, or third position. And that's one of the reasons why, a lot of you don't care about your result. They just bring your result to my, they write C, B, D, and everything there. In Nigeria, if you come last, they will put it there that over 50, you are 50. But in my days, I didn't see, the need for me to study like my mates, because I go to classes and I learn so much in the class. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to come first in the class. So there is no competition for me. If I had listened to my father, probably I would have been a medical doctor today. He tried everything. My dad wanted me to study medicine. I said, no, I wouldn't do it. But I have the capacity to do it. But I just didn't spend that time very well. I'm still a brilliant student, just like every one of you. I know I've been to your classes. I know how brilliant you are. I know how much you question your teachers. I see the kind of knowledge that comes out of your mouth when you speak. But I tell you, that's not enough. You still need to spend so much time studying, spend so much time asking questions, spend so much time demonstrating habits that are profitable to you. By now, a lot of you should have known your area of strength. Are you good with numbers? Maybe if you're good with numbers, you might want to be looking towards being an engineer. If you're good with words, maybe you want to be, study law. And if you're good with sciences, you have compassion for people. You just love to take care of people. Maybe God has called you to be a medical doctor. So there are some things that you won't be able to do after this period. And your age is the actual age when you are being exposed to some aspect of life. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Your age is the age where the reality of your growth is actually coming to you, that now I'm becoming a woman, now I'm becoming a man. The reality of those things comes upon you. And your age, you are in the age where people decide the kind of life they want to live. In Canada, once you are 16, it's like, people here, they do party. It's like they've been in prison and now they can go out. But we don't live that kind of life because we're Christians. Like I told my children, you can't leave my house until you have a master's degree. We continue to live under the same roof. Either you are 16, 17, or 20, or even 25. I don't really, know. But as soon as you have a master's degree and you have been able to demonstrate to me that you are able to take care of yourself, because now I still wake my children up. I still wake them up from their bed. I still tell them things that they need to do, even at that age. So at your age, I was in a boarding school. I was taking good care of myself. I was trying to manage difficult, seniors who would flog you, not like in Canada here, where nobody can touch you. Those are the things that, that grew up with us when we were younger. We learn in the hard way. But to God be all the glory. You are not, in that situation or in that capacity today. God has brought you here because He had great plans for you. And God has brought your parents here because He had great plans for you and for your parents. So all I expect of you is that you will make your parents proud. You will make your teachers proud. There is nothing that your parents can get from you that would, change their life. They don't need your money. They don't need your houses. They don't need your cars. They virtually don't need anything from you. But one thing, make them proud. And how do you make them proud? Go to school, hit them hard, come back with those excellent results. And try it. If you have a very good result and your parent did not throw party for you or take you out on holiday, just let pastor know. I'll talk to them. And I'll practically give them, 1,001 reasons why they need to encourage you so that you can do better another time. But if you don't do well in school, one thing, your parents won't even be able to say to me that, Pastor, my son did not do well. No parent will do that. But the pain will be in their heart that why is it that, my son cannot be the first in the class or my daughter can be the first in the class. So my encouragement to you is this. I'm so happy to see your faces. I'm so happy to hear that you're doing fine. I believe you're doing the social distancing, which I'm not seeing right now with some people on this call. I believe you're washing your hand and doing everything that you're expected to do at this season. But even as you are doing all these things, I still expect you that you would create time to talk about the things that actually matters to you and to your career. A lot of you are just starting, while some people are getting retired already. So, so you are just at your prime age where you'll be making some critical decisions that affect you. And I want you to make sure you make those good decisions so that life could be better. And as we move on. Now, before I leave you, I want to let you know that we might be creating time as we move on. Even after COVID-19, we might be creating time like this to go through one material or the other. Before I move forward with it, I'm going to be talking to Pastor Tayo and your teachers. Then we look for some weekends where you can sit at the comfort of your house, and then we can discuss some materials that can impact your life. During last year, I spoke about my plans to take you through 7 habits of highly effective teams. I have the materials with me and I'm ready to go, but I still need to talk to your teachers before I start working with those materials. And there's no need for us to come to church. There's no need for us to gather together. You can sit at the comfort of your house and log on to Zoom like this. Then I will share the material. Some will come to you through email, and some will be, displayed on the screen as I'm talking out so that you can see those materials. And that will give you an opportunity to ask questions. I just want you to identify the habits that actually make you a better person in future. I didn't have this opportunity when I was growing up. But it will be a great thing for me to be able to impact you, because, to be honest with you, my life has changed so much because of the numbers of books that I have read. And those numbers of books that I have read has changed the way I see people, the way I relate with people. It has even changed the things that bothers me. Because now I've come to realize that I have the power to control some things and I don't have the power to control some things. And the things that I don't have the power to control, I don't kill myself over them. So you hear people die because they have depression. You hear people die because of loneliness. It's because they focus more on the things that they can't control. And I've also learned to live with people, and I've learned to understand that people are just who they are. No, if you think that this person hurt me and then I need to hurt him back, you have, one way or the other, you have contacted the demon that is affecting that person, because now you're doing the same thing that person is doing. But if the person hurts you and you overlook it and you move on with your life, is that going to change anything from you? Those are the kind of attitude that God expects that we will have, and those are attitude that makes you a better person as you move on in life. You cannot be pulled down. You cannot be distracted. Your focus can be shifted. So you are just a man or a woman or a young boy or a young lady on a mission. And what is the mission? To become prosperous in life, to fulfill your purpose for being on the surface of this earth. So the more you study, the more knowledge you have. And the more knowledge you have, the more control you have over the issues of your life. And the more control you have, the more it becomes easy for you to take decisions and to just move on without thinking too much about some issues. I believe I'm talking to some people here. I believe?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to spend more time together, like I said. But before I leave, I want to talk about COVID-19. Now, how many of you know the reason why social distance is important? How many? Okay. Almost everybody. Okay, that's nice. But you're not doing it. I can see Demilade. I can see a lot of... see, now you're pushing your sister. Okay, can somebody just, for record purpose, can somebody just explain to us why social distance is important, especially during this period?
Because it's contagious.
Eh?
It's contagious. And it spreads easily. So that's why you have to be at least... limit the amount of people who are dying.
Okay, now, you mean the virus? Are you talking about the virus? You said the virus is contagious. Okay, can somebody explain to us the meaning of coronavirus and COVID-19? What's the difference?
They're the same thing.
Huh?
COVID-19 is just the short form of coronavirus.
No, they've changed.
I can't hear you.
They've changed the name of coronavirus to COVID-19 because coronavirus relates to other things in the world that have nothing to do with what is happening, and that's causing companies to lose money. That's causing countries to take the name. Something like this, like pandemic comes out, they can't have any that correlates with other things. So that's why they're changing the names.
Okay.
Any other contribution? I'm gonna talk to you about that, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Isn't the coronavirus a like not subgroup of COVID-19 is a type of coronavirus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
That's what I know.
So the real answer is drum roll. So the real answer is coronavirus is a virus. COVID-19 is a sickness that coronavirus causes. Are we okay?
So,
Yeah.
Coronavirus has been in existence for a long time. Now, COVID-19 is actually, I will agree with Okwemiko, is a type.
Like that.
Is a type, but now, the reason why they call it COVID-19 is because it's a type of coronavirus that was detected in year 2019, and it is extremely dangerous.
That the COVID is disease.
So, it is also a disease, like, you've heard Pastor Mrs. said, it's a disease that comes from coronavirus. So there are other diseases that comes as a result of coronavirus, but coronavirus is just the type of virus, and then COVID-19 is a disease that comes from it. So now, why is it necessary for you to wash your hand? Why is it necessary for you to wash your hand?
Because that's the most accessible way the coronavirus can get to you.
Okay, so according to the scientists, how many seconds of hand wash is effective enough to wash coronavirus out of your hand?
20. 20. 20 seconds.
20. But they said effective 26.
Okay, now, according to the scientists, they said if you wash your hand for 10 seconds, there will still be some, residue of the virus on your hand. Even if you watch it for 20 seconds, we still have some residue there. But if you watch it for 26 seconds and above, then it is believed that everything is gone. And when you are washing your hand, you should wash it even to this side of not just
your palm.
There are some ways that you people wash your hand. You just put the water and then you just do like this. You throw the tissue paper away. No, for this one you have to wash your hand to the ankle. Is it ankle? Here.
The whole of your hand.
Wrist.
Yes.
The wrist. Sorry, you have to wash your hand to the wrist and make sure everything is properly washed. And whenever you're going out, you need to cover your nose. I expect that nobody will be going out now. Don't sneak out of the house.
Yes.
I heard some of you are sneaking out of your parents' house.
To go and run, to go and take fresh air.
If somebody sneaks to your house, don't allow the person to enter. Okwemiko, did you hear that? If somebody sneak to your house to knock your door, tell them social distancing, they are not allowed to come.
It doesn't mean you hate them.
It does not mean you hate them. Just let the person know that, there is no opportunity for you to interact at this time. So, now there is another thing. Washing of hand and using sanitizer, which one is the most effective way to...
Washing
your hands.
Now, why is it that washing of hand is... You got it right. Why is it that washing of hand is so important and it's not washing of maybe your leg or your face or something? Why do you think? Yes?
Because your hands is the one you use to touch a lot of stuff.
and make a contact with their parents.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as human beings, as scientists said, we kind of touch our eyes, I don't know the number of times in a minute or something. So there is this tendency for you to want to touch your eyes at every point in time. Now, this virus actually works with fluid. So if it's able to get into any fluid like your eyes and it goes from there, the first place you feel it is your throat, and then after it goes into the throat, it goes into the lung, and that's the stage that the person won't be able to breathe anymore. So we don't want any of our teenagers to bring this virus to their houses, because if you bring it in, it won't just affect you, it will affect the parents too and everyone that is in the house. And I'm sure you don't want that for your parents. You don't want that for your siblings. So that's the reason why you are expected to, to follow due caution during this period. I'm praying for all of you, and I know that you're taking cautions at the same time. So before I go, I want to open the floor and ask if you have any question for me. Any question? Any question? Nobody? Okay.
Why isn't it called COVID-20?
Because it was discovered discovered in 2019. So if we pray they won't discover anything in 2020, but if they discover in 2020, it will be COVID-20 or any other name. So they branded that name because it was discovered in 2019. Any other question?
So I have a question.
Okay, sir.
For us now as teenagers,
We can't hear you.
as teenagers, they have a lot of schoolwork to do and they're getting engaged with that. But on the spiritual side, what can they do to keep up with time?
Do you have emails? All of you?
No.
You don't have email address?
I do.
There's no way you can be in this call without having an email.
No, I
There
think
is. You can be using your parents.
You can join the call without email. But if everybody have their emails, we can share resources and then gather together maybe for 30 minutes and discuss those resources, maybe once in a week on Zoom. Huh?
If you're done, can we not do it on a Monday or Wednesday?
What did you say?
On Friday.
No, Tuesday, because
Don't worry.
Don't worry. We will agree to a day.
Don't worry.
Sunday.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We will agree and send the information to you. But one thing I need you to do is this. All of you text your email address to Pastor Tayo. Just send him a text with your email address. There are some nice materials that he would love to share with you, and then that will, help us to, have some quick discussion. And one more question before I go. How many of you joined the Sunday service today?
I did.
Okay. Some people are scratching their faces and their heads. Is there anyone that did not join today?
Has not been joining.
That has not been joining. So, what have you been doing? Huh?
I wasn't aware.
Eh?
I wasn't awesome.
He It's possible. Maybe the parent.
You were not aware.
Can I just?
Okay.
We'll give them the YouTube.
I'm going to send some information to your parents, and then they can share with you. Who else? Ayomide, did you join? And Wumi?
No.
Okay, Ayomide and Wumi. The church service is always on YouTube. You can put it, like, we're gonna have a service at 6 p.m.
Today. It will be on
today,
YouTube.
and I'm leaving you now to go prepare for that service, and it's gonna be online
6 p.m.
6 p.m. I'm trying to see if I can share the link with you even as we're here. So, are you saying something?
Somebody, you're not supposed to.
What did you say?
I mean, like there's a top teams. That's what purely show stuff.
Like if you go to YouTube and just Google Rema Sanctuary, you will see all the.
But subscribe to Rema Sanctuary on YouTube. You will always get link to the services if you subscribe.
Even if you don't subscribe, because some people don't subscribe, but you can just go there. But it's good if you subscribe, because the more.
When I open my YouTube on Sunday, I see the link right away. I don't have to search or anything.
Yes.
That's normally that's what should happen.
Yes.
If you're subscribed, but you have to get your parents to get that subscription for you. It's just on your TV, and then you're good to go. We are also on Facebook, so you can connect with any of those.
Not all of them are on Facebook because they are yet to be 18.
So, does any of our teachers have anything to say?
This is Ayo.
I'm waiting. Does any of our teachers have anything to say?
I think Mrs. Ayo trying to say something.
I just want them to know that we've missed them all. I think Wakaya tried reaching to a lot of them, and though I don't have their phone numbers, but we're praying for every one of them, and we hope they take care of themselves.
I hope you've heard it now. You've heard it now. Your teachers are saying they love you. They want you to stay safe. And they're also praying for you. So...
And then this COVID, if someone has it, it might not show. So they have to be careful.
Any other word? Please. Okay.
Stay active.
Stay active. Exercise. Dance.
Okay. Stay active.
Exercise and dance.
Exercise and dance.
What's wrong with YouTube if you want to?
5 minutes, I'll call you back. 5 minutes.
But what if you don't know how to dance?
Just move your body. You don't need to know how to dance. Just move your body.
Anybody that get more than 10 kg will pay more.
Okay, yes, I remember now. Please, whatsoever you're doing right now, hello everyone, whatsoever you're doing right now, at the end of this COVID-19, by the time we resume back to church, we're going to have a competition for people to write how they handle their coronavirus stay-at-home period. And there will be an award for $250. So start writing and start planning. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for... Thank you so much for joining the meeting. Where is Sister Domo? Sister Domo, can you close us with a word of prayer?
Okay, sir.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
We thank you for this moment. We thank you, Lord God Almighty, that we are able to see on our faces. Thank you that even in this moment of trial, that Lord kept us safe. You have kept your family safe. You've kept each family here safe. Lord, we just want to give you all the glory. We say thank you for Jesus.
Amen.
Lord, as we go into the rest of the day, the Lord God will go before, will guide us and protect us.
Amen.
That Lord, at each step that we take, you will guide us.